Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again to another edition of Ringside Chat. We are back here in the lovely Prairie Capital Convention Center. Myself, Dirt, Big Daddy Cole Stonewall, and one of the owners, Chris Underwood.
Yep, thank you.
Good. I don't because I'm afraid D-Lo get the lowdown on me.
I gotta get the lowdown or show you the hand.
Speaking of which, I apologize for anybody who was offended by the hand last week. So this week we're just going to try and stick to football this week, which is unusual for a wrestling show. And
that's good. The season's coming up pretty quickly, so it's time to concentrate on a little bit of football.
Yeah. And Chris, guess a little background on the Stallions.
Justin and I actually began, see, look, D-Lo, nobody can see us, but D-Lo and Justin are over on the side flashing their hand. Justin and I actually started looking into purchasing a football team last year, probably early summer. So we spent quite a bit of time studying, backgrounds of indoor football and what was successful and what wasn't successful, and there's more hand over there. So we decided that we wanted to pursue it. So we looked through some different avenues and some different leagues, and came to the conclusion that we visited a few cities, including Springfield. And when we left Springfield, we felt the most comfortable of any city we visited.
Right, and last year you guys played the 8FL, the number 8.
Correct. The team that was here last year is a completely different entity. It's completely separate. There's no relation at all with the exception of the name. They were a semi-pro team that played in the 8FL. They played, I believe, 75% of their games at the arena, I think. Yeah. And they had some success. They had one bad weekend when the tornado hit, but little alternative motives that night instead of going to a football game. So, for the most part, we saw the success that they had at the semi-pro level and thought that we could at least take that base and build a successful football team off of it.
Right, because really there's nothing here in Springfield besides our local wrestling federation. Besides that, there's no football, no nothing, no hockey. Well, there's a hockey team, but they play on
Blues.
Yeah, Junior Blues. Yeah, we forgot about those guys. Sorry, but there's no football around here really.
No, there's a few teams but they're a considerable drive away. You've got St. Louis, which is still an hour and 45 minutes to catch a game. You can go up to Peoria, which is an hour and 20 minutes, or you can just drive a few minutes right here to the Prairie Capital Convention Center. And hopefully the quality of football that we have in our field is better than what they can put out on, with their particular leagues.
Right, and you guys are playing the new CIFL.
Right, it's the Continental Indoor Football League. It's not a new league. It was the Great Lakes Indoor Football League last year. Most of the teams surrounded basically the lakes. Well, now they've expanded to the East Coast and to the West, where we're 3 hours away from the Great Lakes. So they needed to come up with a better concept and a better name that best described the league, and so they just went with the name change. And I think it better describes what the league's turned into.
Now, tell us a little details of the gameplay compared to one you see on TV, the Arena Football League, to this concept.
There's a major difference, and you wouldn't think indoor football is exactly the same, but it's not. In our league, it's 7-on-7. Theirs is 8-on-8. In their league, it's primarily 90% pass and occasional run. Yeah. With 7-on-7, it's played just more like football. I mean, it's probably 60 pass, 40 run. If you have a good running back in this league, you're going to win some football games. With 7-on-7, it opens up the field a little bit more. There's 2 less guys, a lot more open space. Typically in another league you wouldn't be able to pick up a short first down. In this league you'll be able to. So there's a vast difference. A lot of people don't like the other style because it's all pass. You know what's going to happen. A lot of people, I went and watched a couple of games in this league last year, and the fans seem to really get into it more because it's more like football, what they're used to seeing.
Now you guys got goalposts for this league.
Right, there's goalposts, yeah.
Okay, because
no punting though. Everything has to be an attempt. So if on a kickoff, the ball's down on the 2 on the far end of the field, and you go nowhere, you still have to kick that 55, 60-yard field goal. You're not allowed to punt. Everything, all 4th downs, if you don't go for it, you have to go for the field goal.
Right, and
It's either go forward or field goal.
It's score, go for a score or nothing. And the thing is, if you kick it and you're short, they're allowed to return it. So it's almost like a punt. We have a punter, our kicker is Jerry Lakin. He's played in different leagues. He played in this league last year. He holds the record for the longest field goal with another gentleman. I think he kicked a 45-yard, 48-yard field goal. So he's got the record. And he can do that right leg or both or left leg. So we have one of the best kickers in the league.
of course, Kurt Warner made arena football famous back in around 2000, 1999.
Right, it's a developmental league.
Yeah.
I mean, there's guys that are looking to move up, and this is a great place for them to start. Since the league is in its second year, it blossomed from 6 to 14 teams, so it's heading in the right direction. A lot of leagues are going the opposite direction. They'll have 13 or 14. We spoke with somebody, recently that's in a different league, and they could lose 2 teams already, and they're only 3 or 4 games in the season. So it's a great league for us to be a part of. It helps develop players. We've got Winston Taylor signed, which is a great defensive player out of the University of Illinois. Spent some time in Dolphins camp and in NFL Europe. So we've got some talent. We should be a pretty good football team.
Now, actually, I noticed this little ring on your finger. What is it?
That is a Final Four ring for women's college basketball. I was an assistant women's basketball coach at the University of St. Francis. And just last year, a year ago this week, we went to the Final Four, and we also won the conference championship, and they took care of us.
It's a pretty nice ring.
I'd kind of like to have a CIFL championship bowl ring to add here in about 4 months. That's my goal. My goal is to retire this for certain occasions. So,
Yeah.
and D'Lo doesn't have a ring for his hand, so he needs a ring for his hand. Yeah.
Yeah, and are you a big fan of the National Football League?
Of the National Football League?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. We're Colts fans. Justin and I are diehard, bleed blue Colts fans. Peyton Manning went to University of Tennessee. I've always been a Vol fan, always followed UT, took some classes at UT, attended UT, so I've followed his career since he was a junior, senior in high school. So we bleed blue. We're pretty happy right now.
Well, we kind of bleed somewhat of blue. It's mostly
Blue and gold.
Yeah, navy blue.
Blue and gold's good as long as it's Notre Dame.
Oh.
That'd be about
We're
it.
talking about
We didn't catch a Rams game this year though. That was fun. That was a good trip.
Actually, there's a funny story. My parents used to own a expedition, right? And it was the secretary of Digford Mills when they're doing practice at Macomb around 97, 98, around there when we had it. So it was I was kind of attached to that. But I've been like a Rams fan before when they moved here.
Well, I'm sure it was fun a few years ago when they won the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm sure it's always enjoyable. So you know the feeling what it's like to
But
win.
when they lose, it's like,
Yeah.
oh well.
Better to have a team than not have a team. Though,
Yeah,
so.
right. Like when they won the Super Bowl, I skipped school, went down to the down there in St. Louis party. Barely froze my legs off in the cold, but got to saw Kurt Warner, excellent quarterback of all time. Isaac Bruce, Dwight Holt.
Bruce right there.
Yeah, Bruce. Yeah,
Fault.
yeah. Some of those older guys, I guess you can call them. But who's your real big pick for this year? I know the season's not really started, or camp started, actually. Who's your pick besides the Colts? Who can topple the mighty Colts?
The Patriots. I think the Patriots would be about the only team, but I still don't think they're quite there because the Colts. Peyton Manning released $11 million of his own pay to free up pay for free agents. So a lot of guys that a lot of people thought the Colts were going to lose, they're not losing. In fact, they're picking up on defense. So I think we're going to be pretty good, and hopefully we'll have the opportunity to spank the Bears again in the Super Bowl next year.
You know what's funny? Super Bowl day, my buddy Stonewall bet his son that the Colts would beat the Bears. You know how much he betted? His son bet 69 cents.
69, that's a good victory.
Yeah.
It's money. It's candy bar. It's 2 candy bars at Walmart.
Oh,
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah. And, and I like the Bears too, but nothing's more enjoyable than beating D'Lo's Bears. So.
Well.
Well, that's right. He had the Bears.
He is a Bears.
He's a diehard Bears fan. So
Go Bears.
I felt bad for him, but at the same time, we enjoyed the moment.
Go Bears.
Yeah, we all did. Well, except for that open kickoff, which we missed. Then we Stonewall.
Yep.
That's all right. So the Colts.
Yeah.
I thought it was over once I saw that return. I was like, it's over. Why watch it?
Yeah, and now I'm trying to go and get out to a Stallions game this year.
Oh, you gotta get to 6 of them. There's 6 home games, don't just make it to 1.
Well, if you besides this, we got jobs to go to, Saturday nights, and there's like a 1 Sunday game, I believe.
Right, there's a 5 Saturday evening games at 7 o'clock kickoff and a Sunday, I believe, at 2.
Yeah, I'll be able to make the Saturdays, because I get off at 2.
Yeah.
So you're good to go.
Well, I can probably make at least a Sunday.
But you gotta make the first game at least for the big wrestling show.
Oh, yeah, heck yeah.
Well,
I'm on there.
you see about that.
Yeah, gotta take off that night. So.
Of course, tickets are pretty
Just
cheap.
sign up on the door.
Tickets range.
Closed.
Well,
from anywhere from
No prices.
We can't talk about the prices. We got some real trouble with that a couple weeks ago during one TV.
For what?
Lockdown.
For
Teenage lockdown.
We wasn't really paying attention. We worked out the prices and all that. And
Of course, you can go to stallions.com and check out ticket prices, or go to Ticketmaster.com.
That's right, SpringfieldStallions.com. Well, I will say that you can take a family of 4 to our games cheaper than you can in the movie theater.
Oh yeah, I was looking on there the other day. I was
looking at the prices too. I mean, it just blew my mind.
Yep.
also
Tickets.
don't forget the Prairie Capo Convention in Masonry has a website too, so you can check out
Right.
where your seats are and stuff.
And we actually have the seating chart on the SpringfieldStallions.com site as well. So you can actually pick where you want your seats. So.
Oh, interesting. Now, tell us, before I forget, tell us a little bit about the field. Now, it's irregular from normal sites.
You've got 50 yards wide, or 50 yards long, 25 yards wide, and the end zones in the league can vary anywhere from as short as 5 yards up to 8 to 10 yards. Most of them are going to average around 7 or 8. It's a smaller end zone, so despite the fact you can get down there, it makes it even harder having that smaller end zone.
So, like a regular football field, you can put like 4 arena football fields in there.
For the most part, yeah.
Or you're in Canada, you could probably put maybe 6.
You wouldn't get that. See, I'm not a math major, so
Yeah, me
I
either.
studied business law, so you're ahead of me on the game on the math thing there.
Yeah, I should have did that before I went to class this morning. Yeah. So, someone got any questions for Chris?
No, just glad to have you on the show, Chris.
Well, thanks for having us on. Thanks for having D'Lo on the show as well.
Yeah, Randy, D'Lo.
We're really looking forward to this upcoming season. Hopefully we can pack the arena and the folks here in the surrounding areas come out and support. We're going to have a pretty good team. We got a great coaching staff.
Now, is there any chance that maybe the Sounds can move up, say to like AFL2?
We could, but I really like the league we're in, and I like the 7. I'm a big fan of the 7-on-7 because I like the fact that it's football. It's not a passing game like the penny and Nerf in the backyard. Those other leagues are good, and they're quality leagues. There's nothing wrong with them. I just prefer the 7-on-7 style.
Right. Like the Sandlot football, almost.
Exactly. Yep. Put the pads on and the helmet and go ahead.
Of course, that's Springfield Stallions football, folks who just tuned in. Chris, Stone, Dirt. Anything else you need to just go to the Stallions website, SpringfieldStallions.com.
Correct.
I believe Prairie Capital Convention Center.com, I believe, and Ticketmaster.com for links there. Of course, you can check us out on the MySpace area also. In fact, we just put up Ringside Chat, www.myspace/ringsidechat.com. We got all our profiles on there. We got Justin, who also is on there, and to see. Welcome back to our break. We have Justin Geddes. That's how you pronounce it?
You are correct.
Okay. Hope I didn't screw that.
You would have known because I would have punched you in the face had you messed up my name.
That's true. From the Springfield Stallions, he's the other owner, along with Chris and the WWE future legend, D'Lo Brown.
All right, wait. Well, let's stop right there. Since D'Lo came on board, I'm sick and tired of D'Lo always being the focus. When people call the office, they want to talk to D'Lo Brown. Hey, I heard D'Lo Brown's owner. I've been here since freaking October, putting things together, laying the groundwork, and all people ever want to do is talk to Dio. When you came in to film your show here, who'd you talk to first?
You? No, Chris.
Who did you talk to first, the first interview you did on your show, who'd you talk to first from the Stallions?
D'Lo Brown. That was
Who did you call the office to talk and ask them to do the interview?
I asked you to ask for D'Lo Brown interview.
Who did you call, who did you have questions prepared for when you came to interview?
Both of you guys.
Where's the question you have to ask me? You don't even have paper in your hands.
Actually, yeah, Matt.
But wait a minute, when you sat here, you had a whole list of questions for D'Lo Brown, didn't you?
Actually, yes, it did.
My wrestling career spanned longer than D'Lo Brown. Have we talked about that? No.
In fact,
You know, D'Lo Brown's been on USA. He's been on cable.
now,
Wait a minute. I was on CBS. CBS, that's network TV. D'Lo Brown's been on the USA Network. He's been on Spike TV. He hasn't done CBS. He hasn't had Trish Stratus touch him in a loving way. No, that was me, not D'Lo Brown. The Stallions are not D'Lo Brown. It's not the Springfield D'Los. It's the Springfield Stallions.
I thought we heard, especially Stone was going to call it the Springfield Hands.
You know, I'll tell you, can I get a word in edgewise with you? You come in, you like, yap. Shut up, let me talk. All right, look. I'm sick of talking about D'Lo Brown. I don't give a damn what D'Lo Brown does on his days. D'Lo Brown makes a phone call twice a week from Florida. You're just lucky he's here this week. He felt nice and wanted to come up to Springfield because he had some other business to do. He's not here because of the Stallions. I represent the Springfield Stallions. It's not D'Lo Brown.
Okay, then let's go into your wrestling career. What promotion you go out?
I wrestle for all kinds of promotions. A lot more than D'Lo Brown. You know, I don't have to fly to Japan to make my living there. I make U.S. money. You know, I don't have to go to Japan and make yen and take foreign money and bring it back here. Oh no, I make U.S. money. I wrestle for promotions all across the country. It's not that I wrestle once a month or once every 2 months and then I fly to Japan for 4 weeks because the American fans can't stand me. Oh no, I wrestle here in the good old U.S. of A.
Oh,
You
really?
agree with me right on, brother. All right, I can see it. I can see you what you want to say. I feel you.
Yeah, but sometimes Japanese, like Sony, is good products.
Yeah, but the Japanese fans, they like D'Lo Brown just because he's 8 feet taller than all of them. That's the only reason the Japanese like to see D'Lo Brown. D'Lo comes back and wrestles in America. You know, we wrestled on the card together about a month ago. And you know who they wanted to see? They wanted to see me. The arena didn't pack to see D'Lo Brown. They could care less if he came out there. Hey, look, there's some guy we might recognize from TV. Oh, hey, look, wait a minute. There's Justin. I recognize him from CBS.
Now,
I'm just saying.
Now, what show was this CBS Touched by an Angel?
You're going to need just got injured before I get done with you. No, it was Armed and Famous. You might have heard of it, Trish Stratus, Wee Man, Eric Estrada.
Oh, the guys from Chips.
Yeah, the guy, I'm sure you've got a poster on your wall of him. Eric Estrada from Chips.
Now, I heard he has a wig. Is that true?
I don't know, I didn't go pulling the guy's hair. You know, last thing, I mentioned to you, I mentioned Trish Stratus, I mentioned Wee Man, I mentioned Eric Estrada. You're going to ask questions about Eric Estrada?
Hey, just wondering if he had a favorite.
Yeah, I'm sure that you sit at home in your mom's basement and watch reruns of Chips, but I'm talking about Trish Stratus, for God's sake. You feel like Trish Stratus, right? Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
All right.
Now,
Oh yeah.
hey, this guy has a crush for Trish. So
Who
Trish.
don't?
Evidently him. He's the one talking about Eric
Hey,
Estrada.
hey,
Oh,
Alex.
that was her husband.
Hey, Alex Stacy Keebler. Okay.
Look, man, get them side by side any day. I would rather be in the ring with Trish Stratus over
Stacy just has a long leg.
Thank you.
She has
Trish has
legs.
a body. 100% satisfaction.
Wasn't Trish in Playboy by chance? I think.
No, not that I'm aware of.
You know, let me show you what I mean about D'Lo Brown. Let me show you what I mean. Hank, hold your camera right there. Take a look at this. This is our flyer for the wrestling show coming up after the game. There you see picture of D'Lo Brown, right? Cool.
Correct.
There's Billy Gunn.
Correct.
There's Maven. There's the Road Dogg, Ron Simmons, and Rosie.
Right.
Now, D'Lo Brown has been an owner of this team for 4 weeks. I've been an owner of this team for 6 months. Look whose name is first. Read whose name is first on there.
D'Lo Brown.
Read his name second.
Justin Gaethjes.
Where's my picture at? Is there a picture of me on there? No. You know why? Guess who did the flyers?
You.
D'Lo Brown.
Oh, well, maybe you should have had, at least there's Mr. Ass.
Guess whose idea was to do the wrestling show? Not D'Lo Brown's. That was well in the works well before he came on board. We know he comes in and takes it over right away. It's all about D'Lo Brown. I'm so sick of questions about D'Lo Brown.
Sounds like you want to take him on in a match, almost.
Look, I'm 3-0 against D'Lo Brown. 3-0. We've traveled across Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, 3-0 against D'Lo Brown.
Yeah, but what here in Central Illinois?
I could be 4-0 against D'Lo Brown. I'd love to wrestle D'Lo at the show, but D'Lo ain't got the guts or the gumption to wrestle me again. I'm Superstar compared to CBS, for God's sake. CB freaking S. Spike TV, USA.
Hey,
Even you and your trailer park can get CBS without cable.
no, actually not true. We have to angle the bunny ears on our TV.
That's fine. You can still get CBS instead of your mom stealing cable. You can get CBS all the time. You'd have to steal cable to see D'Lo on TV. And now you can't even see him on TV because he's over in Japan. I wrestle in the United States. Why shouldn't you talk about me as opposed to D'Lo?
Well, quite frankly, D'Lo's had more exposure here on TV.
D'Lo got the Eurocontinental Championships because he knew who to kiss up to. He knew to kiss Pat Patterson's ass. That's the only reason D'Lo was a champion. Don't let him fool you. He was a black guy who could wrestle. If D'Lo was the average white guy, he wouldn't have had a championship.
Really.
I'm telling you.
And how many, quite frankly, how many WWE titles have you held?
It doesn't matter.
WWE is the world known. Even the Martians and Mars know who our WWE wrestlers are.
You know, had I gotten the right breaks, had Al Snow calling a favor for me, I could have been in WWE too. But the fact that D'Lo was Al Snow's boy and Al calling a favor for him, that's why D'Lo was a champion. That's how he got there.
Hey,
don't let him fool you. Don't read the autobiography off the website. It's not true.
Al Snow is a very accomplished wrestler. He done it all. He wrestled.
You know, I used to trust Al Snow's judgment of talent until I saw who he put words in for. Guys like D'Lo Brown.
You know what? D'Lo Brown is the most successful wrestler than you are, sir.
Are you kidding me? You're kidding me, right? Did you? Let me back up. 1, 2, 3-0 against D'Lo Brown.
Yeah, but 1, 2, 3.
CBS. Spike TV, USA.
Well, let's see. More people watch Spike and USA Network than some CBS. CBS is for old folks.
CBS has the most powerful shows on TV. CSI. Let's see, Cold Case, whatever. All those shows. People watch that way more than USA. You're a big D'Lo Brown fan. I appreciate that. But D'Lo Brown does not encompass the Springfield Stallions. It's more about football. It's not all about D'Lo Brown. I'm so sick of everybody wants to do an interview. They want to talk about D'Lo Brown.
Hey, you know what? It's lucky for D'Lo Brown. You're still in a job.
No, D'Lo Brown's lucky for me that he's part of a football team now. D'Lo Brown's lucky for me that he can even get work here in the United States still. I'm the only one that's able to get him booked on shows anymore. If it wasn't for me, he'd be spending all his time in Japan, making Japan money, spending his US dollars over there.
Well, the yen and US is kind of different over here. That's besides the point. Now, the Arm Famous, like, didn't only ran, what, 4 episodes?
Oh, now I want to talk about my show being canceled. You know what, the only reason the show was on for 5 weeks was because people were anticipating my appearance on there. They kept watching, waiting to see the episode that I was on. That's the only reason, let's be honest. Who cares about anybody else on there other than Trish Stratus? People kept watching because they knew that I was going to be on the show.
Yeah, it was over in Muncie, Indiana, I believe, right?
Right? And that has no bearing on the whole thing. People knew. The word came out over the internet that Trish Stratus got in the ring with me, and the ratings, people were watching. Like, man, Justin's going to be on there. He's going to be in the ring with Trish Stratus. We got to watch this.
Did she give you the satisfaction?
I gave Trish satisfaction all night long. I told
And
her
more.
I showed. You feel me? See, this is my boy right here. I took Trish out in the town in Muncie, Indiana.
What, the trailer parks and the toothless guys and stuff? You know?
Right. I mean, no, I wasn't. It's in Indiana. I know you recognize that type of neighborhood.
Yeah.
No. Trish, I showed her a good time.
Yeah, I bet her husband really liked that.
Her husband couldn't speak to that. I'm 10 times more of a man than her husband.
Oh, really?
He's an amazingly huge tool. You know, you sit next to one every week on your show.
Well, it's not every week, that's what I say.
So now ask me a question about football. Let's not talk about D'Lo Brown. Let's talk about football.
Real quick, while we have time, what's your predictions for the Stallions?
12-0. Why would they be anything else? We've got an amazing product. We've got great coaches. We've got a great general manager. We've got a great owner.
Right.
Thank you. A great owner.
Of course, you can go on SpringfieldStallions.com, Ticketmaster.com, and the Parade Capital Convention Center websites for all your stallion information. Is that
And we do have a wrestling show coming up April 7th, and yeah, D'Lo Brown will be on it. But I will be on it too. And you know, and I'm supposed to be teaming up with D'Lo, and we'll see how that works out. I'm so sick of everybody wants to D'Lo Brown, D'Lo Brown, D'Lo Brown. I'll show you what I can do come April 7th in the ring.
Okay.
Watch out, folks.
I'm gonna be the star of that tag team. I'll work circles around D'Lo Brown.
Okay, for myself, Dirt, Stonewall, and our extreme displeasure, one half the owner of Stallions, Jesse Gates. Good night, everybody.